I would like to invite one of the leaders of our group today to come up and introduce yourself, because I know every year you come and visit, and we would love the opportunity to get to know you a little better. She's on her way.
Good morning, everyone. And I'm very thankful for you inviting us and giving us opportunity to learn more about you and prayer and process and service and all these things. We are from Dallas Satya Sai Center. Our spiritual guru, Satya Sai Baba, he teaches us human nature is divine. Basic human nature is divine. And the purpose of our life is realization of inner divinity within us. How can we achieve this one? By following his principles, which are love all, serve all, help ever, hurt never. And of course, many teachings are there, but the essence of the teachings are, those are the ones. As part of that, our Dallas Sai Center, we have 3 legions, like service, which we can help other people who are in need, and devotion, which will help for spiritual growth, and education, like Satya Sai spiritual education. The purpose of that education is, I noticed that you also do that education for kids and students. I noticed activities involved and all those things. So the purpose of that is to nurture and inspire innate human values of each kid, which are mainly love, peace, truth, right conduct, and non-violence. Ensuring that end of education is character. So as part of our curriculum, because our guru says there is only one religion, the religion of love. There is only one language, the language of heart. There is only one God. He is omnipresent. So our class kids, like 7th graders, they are learning about unity of faith and brotherhood of man and fatherhood of God. So why we need to learn this unity of faith? So it will help us collaboratively working together and learn the cultural differences and similarities. End of all religions will teach the same purpose. So if you learn all those things, they can develop tolerance and collaboratively work together and through harmonious fellowship and peace, and we are going to share God's love to the world, and which will help us to grow together and to achieve world peace and sharing God's love to the world. That is what we are doing here. And we are coming here, I think, of course, more than 6 years actually, because I moved from California to here in 2017. I'm coming here since 2020, like more than 5 years. We are bringing all our kids every year to learn our practices and all those things actually. So we all share common beliefs, so which will help with the current generations. We know how the current generations, how in the world it is like that. So we are going to tell our kids, nurture our kids about the world peace and sharing God's love. And once again, thank you everyone for making us and inviting us and giving us opportunity to learn and to be part of it.
Thank you so much. It is a gift. Every time you visit us, it's a gift to learn more about you. And the couple of times that I've come to see you, it's a gift to share in your space too. And also I want to say thank you, Earl, for nurturing the relationship between our communities year after year as well. Earl does a lot behind the scenes to make sure that we stay in relationship. So again, everyone, Shabbat Shalom. If you know the tune, please sing with me. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. Look how pleasant and good it is that siblings dwell together. It's this beautiful verse from Psalm 133, and traditionally we expand it in meaning beyond literal siblings to what you had just spoken about, that idea of brotherly love, right? To encompass the entire community, all of humanity. This expansion of meaning of how pleasant and good it is that our human family dwells together comes first as a statement of inclusion, but also implicitly, it's also a sort of recognition that it does not always feel pleasant and good when actual brothers and sisters share in a room together. For many of us who have siblings, we have experienced primarily the pleasant and the good. Our brothers and sisters have often been the first ones to answer us in our time of need. They are the only ones who know what it was like to be parented by our specific parents, and they are often the ones who have known us longer than anyone else or almost anyone else in our lives. Sometimes, however, that intimacy comes with the frustration of so much shared space and history, with the specific hurt that can happen when one person knows another so well, and with the jealousy of competing for a parent's attention. As we've read throughout the book of Genesis or Bereshit, the past couple of months, we have witnessed the unique stickiness of sibling relationships. In a sense, the entire book can be read as an answer to the first oldest brother's infamous question to God, "Am I my brother's keeper?" While the siblings in our recent Parshiot, our recent Torah portions, do not always get along, with the conclusion of each story, we begin to see the answer more clearly. Yes, we are not only our brother's keepers in the global sense, but in the local literal sense too. While Isaac and Ishmael may not interact much past their childhood, we see them reunite to bury their father, Abraham. While Rachel and Leah, Rachel and Leah, exhibit jealousy towards one another throughout their marriage to Yaakov, to Jacob, they join together to convince Yaakov to follow God's orders to leave Lavan. In the generation after today's reading, Joseph and his brothers will reunite even after both sides have schemed against and tested one another. As our Parashat Vayishlach begins, Jacob recognizes that he must reconcile with his brother, regardless of how terrified he is of their meeting. The last couple of times we had heard about Yaakov and Esav interacting with each other, Yaakov had stolen Esav's birthright and his firstborn blessing. Esav then is angry enough that he wants to kill his brother. And Yaakov, of course, runs away. So now, 20 years later, Yaakov sends messengers using the respectful name Adoni, my Lord, 8 times to address Esav. He prepares gifts and readies to introduce Esav to his family. How better to show honor than sharing the people we love? Yaakov must endure a harrowing wrestling match with an angel before he's really ready to greet his brother, and yet he knows the wrestling is worthwhile to gain that access to his twin once more. With hugging and kissing and bowing, the brothers finally reunite. It's glorious, as Yaakov says, "Ra'iti fanacha kirot panei Elohim vatirtzeni." Seeing your face is like seeing the face of God, and you have accepted me. After all these years, Yaakov feels the release of forgiveness and reconciliation. And still, the end of their reunion is anticlimactic. When Esav offers for the brothers to continue traveling together, Yaakov makes up an excuse. He says, "My children and my cattle walk too slowly for you," and he goes the other direction. Even after the brothers' reconciliation, Yaakov is still adamant about boundaries. Whether or not siblings like or trust each other, our Jewish tradition maintains our responsibility for and relationship with one another. our Midrash zooms in on one little letter in the command to honor your father and mother. Kabed et avicha vet imecha. According to our Talmud, the ve in kabed et avicha ve'et imecha expands the command to mean honoring one's older brother, too. With the concept of levirate marriage, brothers are also commanded to marry a deceased childless brother's wife so that his deceased brother may have children in his name. Now, of course, there are loopholes to avoid this, but symbolically, it's that respect of your brother. While nowhere in our Torah teaches that one is obligated to enjoy every moment with your siblings, we are urged to be in relationship, to respect and take care of one another. So how better to honor one's parents than to make sure all of their beloved children are taken care of, that they are on gracious enough speaking terms with one another to someday work together to preserve their parents' legacy. What more of a mitzvah could we do than pay attention to the needs of someone we know so dearly? For any sibling, our Jewish tradition prompts us at least to check in on each other's needs, even from a distance. If necessary more than any other relationship, our Torah prompts us to, time and time again, pursue the path of reconciliation and forgiveness with our siblings. From the 20 years of distance between Yaakov and Esav, and the many, many decades of distance between Yosef and his brothers, we know it is never too late to pursue that renewal of relationship between brothers or sisters. Of course, for those among us who are parenting siblings, we too have the responsibility to foster positive relationships between our children, to prevent the sort of animosity between siblings that some of humanity's first parents once fostered. We have the responsibility to spend cherished, unique time with each of our children, regardless of their age and their stage, and to remind them of their special duty to love, respect, and cheer on their brothers and sisters. In multiple midrashim, we learn that the brotherly love referenced in Hine Matov references the brotherly relationship between Moses and Aaron, Moshe and Aaron. Even as Aaron achieves the priesthood and Moshe achieves sovereignty, neither resents the other. Hayu smechim zeh bigdulat zeh v'zeh bigdulat zeh. Rather, one brother's greatness causes the other brother true happiness. So too, at the end of the book of Bereshit, of Genesis, our Midrash teaches that Yaakov blesses Ephraim and Menashe with a special blessing that only they get because they are the only brotherly pair in their entire lineage that does not fight with each other. They recognize each other's successes as their own. In our Dallas Jewish community, I am always impressed and heartened to see these siblings who have maintained close relationships with one another decade after decade, coming to synagogue together, or spanning the realm of Dallas synagogues and hopping from one synagogue to another to be together, regularly spending time together, and especially taking responsibility for each other and each other's children in times of joy and great need alike. I feel so lucky to have joined the ranks of Dallas Jewish families who get to witness that companionship of family, the joy of little cousins running around the house together. We are a community in which Kol Yisrael Arivim Zeh Bazeh, all of Israel is intertwined with and responsible for one another, and yet that special bond between siblings is also one that requires a special sort of cultivation, perhaps more challenging and rewarding in a different way than care for others within our wider Jewish, local, and global community. So may our relationships with our brothers and our sisters continue to bring us boundless joy and fulfillment too in the years to come. Hine matov umanayim shevet achim gam yachad. Shabbat shalom.